If you thought Jinwoo had already hit his peak, think again. Episode 6 of Solo Leveling Season 2 just dropped, and it's a full-on power showcase. We're talking gravity-defying orc lords, shadow necromancy on steroids, and Jinwoo going toe-to-toe with a villain who literally wants to devour him for entertainment. Oh, and did we mention a new shadow soldier is born? Welcome back to your Nerdy Show Anime. I'm your host Anshu Him from Hei-In's mysterious move into the dungeon to Woo. Realizing just how deep Jinwoo's power goes, this episode cranks the intensity to 11. Stick around as we break down every epic clash, secret reveal, and power play that made this episode one of the best yet. Hei-In enters the dungeon. The episode kicks off with Hei-In, ever the curious and capable S-rank hunter, asking a miner for a weapon. It's a strange request at first glance, but her intentions quickly become clear. She's headed into the A-rank dungeon to investigate the unusual activity reported there. The scene subtly shows her growing concern for Jinwoo, even if she doesn't say it outright. Kargalgan versus Ki-Hoon's group. Inside the dungeon, Jinwoo and Ki-Hoon's group are cornered by the High Orc army, led by the fierce and intimidating Kargalgan. The atmosphere shifts immediately when Kargalgan speaks. His intent is cruel and clear. He doesn't just want to kill the intruders. He wants to torment and devour them for his troops' entertainment. Ki-Hoon, hot-headed as ever, charges in without a second thought, only to be instantly overpowered by Kargalgan's magic and gravity-based abilities. This is where Jinwoo steps in. Without hesitation, Jinwoo saves Ki-Hoon and instructs him and the rest of the group to escape. What follows is a massive solo standoff between Jinwoo and Kargalgan's entire army. Confident in his strength, Jinwoo summons his shadow army, fully prepared to face this battle alone. The stakes are raised, and the episode begins its climb to one of the most action-packed confrontations of the season. Meanwhile, Woo and his associates arrive at the A-rank dungeon site, only to discover from a miner that Jinwoo had taken on the role of a porter for Ki-Hoon's group, a seemingly mundane job that clearly has deeper implications. The miner also mentions Hei-In entered the dungeon shortly after, adding to Woo's concerns. Jinwoo's new shadow powers back inside. Jinwoo starts to flex a new magic skill to enhance his shadow army, a signal that he's grown even more powerful since his last big fight. His army clashes with Kargalgan's forces in a brutal, high-stakes battle. Kargalgan attempts to overwhelm Jinwoo with sheer magical might, but Jinwoo, always one step ahead, manages to resist the attacks while still directing his shadows with precision. Still, the enemy puts up a fight, pushing back against Jinwoo's forces, hard enough to give Ki-Hoon's group a chance to flee. Power level rising. A rank or S rank. At the dungeon's entrance, Woo and his crew start to feel the ominous energy leaking out from inside. One of Woo's allies mentions that the dungeon's power feels more like S rank than A rank. That's a massive red flag. Woo decides it's time to escalate things. He tells his team to contact the Master of Hunters to support the strike team. The tension outside the dungeon mirrors the chaos inside, and it's clear that the Hunters Association is starting to realize that something or someone extraordinary is at play. Back in the thick of battle, Jinwoo heals himself with a potion and, in a surprising move, raises the fallen High Orcs to fight for him. It's a chilling but undeniably powerful moment. Then, in a declaration that gives chills, he tells Kargalgan that he, too, will soon be a part of his army. Kargalgan, taken aback, suspects that Jinwoo might be a kind of monarch or lord, an idea that will likely gain more traction in the episodes to come. We cut to a short but telling conversation between Choi and a female worker who worries the situation in the A-rank dungeon could mirror the disaster at Jeju Island. Choi, despite trying to stay calm, agrees that it's worth throwing more hunters at the problem. This quick dialogue injects a dose of real-world concern and scale into the fantasy battle raging on. the final blow back. Inside the dungeon, Jinwoo's shadow mages break through Kargalgan's magical shield, allowing Jinwoo to close the distance. Just in time, Hei-In arrives and is stunned by the scene before her. Jinwoo standing tall and unbothered, his summoned army tearing through enemy forces. Woo joins shortly after and shares with Hei-In that he's known about Jinwoo's power long before now. Hei-In, clearly intrigued, watches as Jinwoo finally defeats Kargalgan. Kargalgan becomes Tusk, but Jinwoo isn't done yet. Using his shadow extraction ability, he converts Kargalgan into a new shadow soldier. He names him Tusk, adding a powerful new asset to his already formidable army. This moment solidifies Jinwoo's dominance. He doesn't just win battles, he turns his enemies into tools. After the battle, Woo, Hei-In, and Ki-Hoon's group confront Jinwoo. Woo makes it clear Jinwoo is the Hunters Association's top secret. He asks everyone to stay silent about what they witnessed. Ki-Hoon, grateful for the rescue, thanks Jinwoo personally, and one of his teammates receives her lost will from Jinwoo, reinforcing his quiet compassion. Choi's curiosity about Jinwoo. Outside the battlefield, Choi meets with Ki-Hoon to debrief. He learns that everyone returned safely and presses Ki-Hoon about Jinwoo's abilities. The conversation subtly confirms that Jinwoo might now surpass even top-tier hunters like Choi. When Choi admits he couldn't handle an A-rank dungeon solo, Ki-Hoon wisely notes that Jinwoo's strength may have already eclipsed his own. The final moments shift tone, showing Jinwoo meeting Jinho at a cafe. Their casual conversation about guilds and leadership feels like a breather after the chaos. However, tension quickly rises again with a quick cut to reporters gathered outside the Hunters Association building. Their focus? The recent awakening of Lee Min-sung. Inside a car nearby, Min-sung reflects on the growing instability around him. Though he doesn't say a word, the look in his eyes is enough. He knows the world of hunters is changing. Our Nerdy Thoughts Episode 6 is a thrilling blend of non-stop action, character development, and lore expansion. Jinwoo's power is growing, but so is the attention on him, with new shadow allies like Tusk, hidden rivalries brewing, and hints of larger threats on the horizon. Solo Leveling continues to level up its story with each episode. Fans who wanted intensity got it in spades. And the best part, this might just be the beginning.